So legacy is something that I've wanted to do since my freshman year.
I'd have to say legacy is an academic, professional, personal, and social growth experience that's unlike anything else that I think you would go through either in college or even after college.
I think legacy is really a premier opportunity for what I think of as relational leadership. Understanding the skills that can come from mentoring, from networking, and from building a cohort of leaders on campus, and that is powerful.
Legacy is, as I said, is a cohort of students where they, working in a group on a particular project or a problem, they will be challenged and they can expect to be challenged, and that's one of the unique things about it. And you know, today in society, we need more of that.
What makes the Leadership Legacy experience special is we take these outstanding student leaders and expose them to elements outside of their majors, outside of their friends, outside of their neighbors, and really help them harvest their leadership abilities for the future.
The students who are in Legacy are challenged to have, these tough conversations that they don't have in the daily days.
I was also actually touched by some of the events that happened after hours. For instance, the dinners that we had with the invited speakers. When Edison Liu was here, the conversation, I think, unexpectedly turned into embracing your fears.
We talk about success, failure, resilience, happiness. It basically allows you to dig deeper into yourself, and through various conversations, we get to learn that whatever you need to be successful is within you. You just got to find it.
We had students from different majors, different walks of life, different age ranges as well. In that aspect, I learned a lot from each one of them. Like I said, the discussions were very seamless.
The cohort was an amazing group of people, and I still, I still think about the conversations that I had with my cohort mates, either on the bus on the way to some of our experiential components or during our biweekly discussions. And for me, I didn't know anyone when I got into the Leadership Legacy program. I didn't know anyone in my cohort, and it was a great chance for me to hear about and to learn from my peers, because they were already amazing leaders on campus and provided such unique perspectives on life and on their leadership styles and on all of the things that we were discussing in our biweeklies.
Anytime our cohort got together, those were so much fun. I remember, our outdoor experience getting dropped in the middle of the woods and having to find our way out, and nobody knew how to read a map or a compass.
Memories that I will definitely follow me for the rest of my life was, going whitewater rafting and popping out of the raft, which was something that I had vowed the first time I tried it. And as each year went by, that I would never, ever, ever pop out of the raft. And I did this year.
Spending an afternoon with Dr. Cheng Diaz and talking about being in space. For me, it was a great legacy moment too, because it did exactly what the program intends to do, which is to connect students with alumni and foster that sense of UConn pride, in addition to just pride in one's work and one's life accomplishments.
My favorite memory is actually an ongoing one, and it is just being involved in the constant evolution of the very best that UConn has to offer.
The etiquette luncheon was probably one of the most important long-term activities that we really saw, in that we had the opportunity to learn from experts in etiquette, and as leaders in whatever fields we're in today, our cohort has been able to take those skills and implement them.
I would say my favorite event was the land navigation event that we had. So I truly learned that life doesn't have an ending goal, but it's all about the journey, and it's about what you make out of it.
In our partnership with Leadership Legacy, we've been able to bring students in the Leadership Legacy cohort into rehearsals and look at leadership through the lens of a music ensemble. It's a really rich and valuable experience for students in the Leadership Legacy program to be able to come into a fine arts discipline like music and see how musicians work together collaboratively and make decisions and take on leadership.
This particular program, and my being a mentor in the leadership program, is very, very important to me. I have learned a lot about myself as I've been involved with this. I always say that although I am a mentor, I also am mentored. I've learned so much from the students.
The thing that I loved the most about the mentorship program was that I was able to pick someone for my faculty mentor who was someone who I knew and trusted already, and who I knew would be a great mentor to me throughout the rest of my experience in Legacy. And the other part that I also loved was the opportunity to be paired with someone who I didn't know at all and actually didn't even have a career connection with.
They've both at different times offered me support and reflection and words of wisdom of people who have been there before and done that before.
There's no doubt about it that the most special piece of Legacy is the personal connection with the students. Because without them, there's no program. Without us, there's no program. But with us together, we are really a team that works so well together.
It's been an opportunity to change how I view people, but more importantly, how I view myself. It was really impactful when it did happen because it really taught me to open up to people and to connect with people on a deeper level, and it's something that I've really tried to apply to my life in the years since.
They will recognize, even as time goes on, how important this particular program was to them for their own personal growth, because I think it expands their minds, their opportunities, it expands their world. I know that it's done that for me.
Legacy developed me as a person, not me as a leader. Being a leader is a byproduct of that.
Basically, Legacy has changed my mindset, how I go about doing things. If there's a task on hand or if there's a certain area or position that I'm in life, I like reflecting upon that. I like looking deeper into that.
Really helped to frame a lot of the thoughts that I have around leadership, around bringing a group of people together and getting them to move forward on a common vision and a common mission. It's been just a constant reference point. We talked about having a compass point north. And I think for me, a lot of those experiences that I had as a result of the Legacy experience are now my north, are things that I constantly look at when I need some type of guidance or touchstone.
Legacy definitely set me up for some opportunities that I probably would not have had it not been for Legacy.
I personally say it was life-changing, and I think it's safe to say everyone in the cohort feels the same way. Might not be the same phrase, but everyone generally feels the same way because I'm not the same person I came in here.
I still keep in touch with several of the students, both from my cohort and from other cohorts. Definitely something that's continued. It was not something that ended when we all kind of left stores, which is awesome.
I truly do believe it was one of the most significant experiences of my college experience, and it opened a lot of doors for me that I don't think would have been opened otherwise. And again, when I think of some of the most life-changing things that happened during college, somehow Legacy's connected to them, and that's truly important to me.